Alright guys, so wow. It's 8:11 a.m. Class starts at 9. So and I got up at like 8:50 7:57 or something. Like I was kind of awake already for a while. I don't know what time, but I was awake for a while. And I was like, there's no way I'm getting up yet. I stayed up too late. Lack of discipline, basically. I just wanted to stay up, and I don't know. I did kind of have some stuff on my mind. There's nothing like super distressing. I'm just a little bit. I'm stretching right now. I'm kind of in this. I'm a little stressed about some social thing. It's not. It's not like it's bad. I'm not stressed for a bad reason. I'm just kind of like something new. Something new, potentially exciting, a little bit of unknown, a lot of unknown. But I can embrace that and welcome it, but it's still a little bit nerve-wracking. I don't know. But I don't think I was really losing sleep over that, but I was kind of trying to sit and think about it. And I honestly was having some trouble thinking about it. I was like, well, let me just try and like process all this. And yeah, my mind was kind of all over the place. While I'm trying to sleep, that is not like the best time to try to really process things, because that's more so when my mind wants to just like unload and daydream. Best case scenario, like that's kind of how I can tell that I'm feeling like all right when I'm not really having like raising thoughts or any kind of like thoughts about any particular either past or upcoming scenario. I'm just kind of thinking about just stuff that didn't ever really happen, or it's like just dreaming, like futuristic, kind of like thinking about, oh, like what if I went up to the mountains and got this car rental and went up this route or whatever. And I'm just kind of thinking about things that aren't even happening. But they're fairly pleasant to think about. I can't tell you what I was thinking about because I don't really know. I don't remember. But yeah, yesterday's workout was one workout. I don't know if I wrote it down, so I can't really tell you what I did because I don't remember unless I took a screenshot. That's pretty bad that I don't even remember what I did. I know I did Shotokan. Actually, I think I wrote it in my planner. I think I wrote the times in my planner because I did stretching. Yeah, I remember writing down the stretching and the martial arts. So I don't know what the number is off the top of my head, but it's in my planner. It was probably, I want to say it was like 19 minutes stretching, 12 minutes Shotokan. And sometimes the stretching is a lot more dynamic. It's maybe like squats or lunges. So it's not really stretching. It's more like there are some exercises in there, but it's like I'm using it more for like a stretch, just to make sure everything's kind of stretched out. But I'm gonna need to figure out maybe like a cardio situation. This cold weather has been getting me. It's cold. Like, this house gets down to maybe like 55, 54 indoors. This morning it's like 58. And even when it says 60, it's still cold. It seems like 60 would be warm. 60 is actually pretty cold. Like, indoors, at least for me it is. And then, yeah, like even in class I'm sitting there with the heater on low, and then I'm noticing when I have the heater on low, even overnight, I don't like sleeping with it on overnight, but it's too cold not to. And then I have it on overnight, and it's like, if it's on low, it's not even really warm. Like, it's not cold, but it's like, because I don't usually wear clothes, you know, I'm like, this is cold, you know, like I feel like I need to stay under the covers. Versus most of the year, I'm just, you know, perfectly fine, most of the time. So this is kind of the coldest it's been in a while that I remember. I don't remember last winter being this cold, or last January. I remember the fires. Yeah, it wasn't cold because there was no rain even last January. I don't remember the temperatures, but I remember that there was no rain until maybe the end of the month. And we hadn't had any rain for a very long time. I did read something online that said this is the first time in 20 something years that California hasn't been in a drought. Now, I don't know if that's accurate or not. And speaking of droughts, I didn't drink enough water yesterday. Or I threw away the bottle caps, because I usually keep the bottle caps. I only have 2 bottle caps. There's no way that's accurate. I think I drank at least 3 waters, and then I see here almost most of one. So I'm gonna say I drank almost 4, and then half of the C4. So that would make it like about 4.5-ish, if you count that the C4 it's caffeinated powder, but it is in water. I don't know if that's accurate though. Like I can't say that I only drink that much water. That sounds like it's not accurate, but I don't know why I would have thrown out all those bottles with the caps on them, because I usually keep the caps so that I can remember how much I drink, because I'm not like tallying them up as I'm drinking them. I've been trying to learn Heian Sandan. I'm not perfect with Heian Nidan, but I feel like I was like, I just want to do something else for now. I need a little spice. I need something added. So this morning, stretches are going to be light, and we are doing these basic forms from page 73, yellow to green belt study. Heian Sandan, I began that kata, I believe it would have been Sunday, January 11th of 2026. And so, I'm not saying that I'm in any way a yellow to green belt. I've skipped a couple pages and there's some stuff I still have to look up, but I'm kind of going at my own pace, and I don't want to stay too stagnant. I don't want to stay stagnant to a level that I'm not progressing, and I have felt like, okay, even though I don't fully have some of this stuff down, I do need to still be learning new stuff a little bit. So they have these basic forms, these combos of Ageuke, Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai, so that's rising block, reverse punch, downward block. There's Sotouke, Empi Uchi. Still kind of learning Empi Uchi, outside block, elbow strike. Shotouke, Nukite Uchi, that one I'm pretty familiar with from katas now. Knife hand block, spear hand strike, and Mae Rangeri, consecutive front kicks. It's a front kick Chudan, and then a front kick Jodan. So chest and then head. Double crossing block, which is used for Heian Sandan kata. So basically, in your ready stance, I put my own notes. Right arm to left shoulder with left arm reach over and the elbows touch. This isn't gonna make any sense to anybody but me probably. Gedan Barai, downward block with right while doing Uchiuke, which is the inside block. And then with the left, no, it's Uchiuke with the left. And then repeat both blocks on other side. So then you repeat the Gedan Barai downward block, but you're going to do it on the left while you're doing Uchiuke inside block on the right. So that's going to be for Kata, Heian, Sandan. And then, according to the Edgar Bombril videos, and then I saw this YouTube capoeira with soquete, Soquete. So I'm making up my own names for these movements because I really can't figure out what they are. Ginga, I know Ginga. Leg sweep is kind of what I'm considering. When the thing where your leg is out, then you kind of bend your leg, then you put it back out. I don't know what the thing is when you go and you touch the back where you sweep, and then there's the head to the ground with the au. I think the au is when your legs do that kind of almost like cartwheel thing, but with this one, it doesn't need to be like too flared out, I don't think. And then I think it's called Keishada. I don't know how to pronounce Keishada. Queixa, kick. But I'm not trying to do an owl kick necessarily. It's more of like I'm stuck at this part where you put your head on the ground and you do this like, it's kind of head and arms on the ground, and you do almost, it's not really a cartwheel. It's almost a cartwheel, but it's like your legs are almost doing cartwheel motions. So I'm working on that. Not all right now, obviously, because I can't fit the time in, but that's kind of what I wrote down to start working on yesterday, and then working on all that. So yesterday I did do some of the combos and a little bit of the beginning of Heian Sandan, and I'll probably do a repeat of what I did yesterday, and then try and get in some of the capoeira stuff because that's a little bit more intensive, and I might throw in some of the Shotokan stuff on. I say that I'll do it on my breaks. I don't usually end up doing it during my breaks, but I say that I will. I might. Yeah, I've only drank like 50 milligrams of the C4. I'm struggling today. It's my own fault. You know, I shouldn't have stayed up so late. I wasn't watching anything worth, I don't know. I was rewatching like Luna videos and stuff, like their podcasts, Chaotic, and I was watching that person ASMR AHR that I will have talked about probably by the time I post this. I kind of I've been liking kind of more psychological studies lately, especially doing so much tech stuff. I'm kind of getting more of a desire towards the more emotional stuff again, because I'm like, I am sitting here just banging out computer stuff all day, and there is like nothing but machinery. There's no compassion, there's no emotion, there's no like processing of thoughts or any feelings. It's just like, this doesn't work, fix it. I like it though. I like it. I like using that part of my brain too, but I do feel kind of like that lack a little bit of that lack of like use of compassion, and not saying that I'm not compassionate or whatever, but it's like I'm used to being like very like tuned in at work, tuned into the people I'm working with, and tuned into the clients, and very kind of like in a mindset where I'm just very like tuned in to how I'm reacting and how other people are. We get a little bit of that because we kind of interact a little bit with our teams, but I don't know. I do miss that a little bit, but I was definitely overwhelmed by doing it all the time, so I don't want to do it all the time. It's not healthy for me to do it all the time every day, but you guys might be hearing a lot more of that on here because my mind is kind of going into that more. And I did decide, a lot of when I'm stretching in the mornings, I'm going to be talking on here while I stretch a little bit. It kind of helps me. So, yeah. And that weird shoulder thing, I think it feels way better than yesterday. Yesterday it was super tender because Sunday I went in on it with the massager. I was just hitting the points, as much as I could until it felt relieved enough. So yesterday there was kind of like maybe a little bruising or tenderness from that. Today it feels pretty much fine. I still feel it a little bit, but not as much as yesterday. Yesterday I was like, I think I did a little bit too much, but I can't tell if that's a bad thing or a good thing because it helps. And it's like I'm careful not to do anything that's gonna like hurt me. Like I'm not trying to like hurt myself or anything. I'm trying to do the opposite. I'm actually trying to relieve the tension in my shoulder blades, whatever it is, rhomboid or whatever area that is. Alright, so I'm gonna get into it. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll let you know how it goes. Pressed for time. I'm probably just gonna have like for breakfast just like some waffles and I have some pre-boiled eggs, but I'll probably just have some waffles. My mom got some different waffles. I don't know what I want to have. Waffles. I'll have those eggs for lunch, out with a kale salad, probably some chicken. We got a fresh chicken from Sprouts. And these are protein waffles again, but I think for whatever serving, they're not the Kodiak, they're another brand from Sprouts, and however high the serving size is, they have like 4 grams of protein, so it's lower protein than the Kodiaks. So I might have a protein shake. I might just have waffles and a protein shake for breakfast. That's quick and easy. I can kind of multitask my end of my workout while the stuff is still in the oven. So that sounds like a good bet to me, because I'm cramming in this workout here. And you can see I'm trying to make an effort to take more time stretching because I cannot afford injuries. I'm already bad off enough. I cannot afford to be getting injured all the dang time. So, alright, I feel like I'm stretched out enough as much as I can possibly be with just sitting stretching. So, it does help to get some movement into, but I'm wearing these weird socks. They're like old. When you have stuff that you've kept in like a drawer for years and years and years that's like old that you don't even use, but I was too lazy to go get up and go to the other room and get my socks. I know these are clean, they're just really old, but they feel weird. But I don't need socks for this, so alright, I'm about to get my practice on. I'm excited about it. I know it's not like too high intensity with some of this stuff, but it's like it's exciting for me to do, and I am finding the willpower and motivation to do it. The lifting, and the other cardio stuff, I just haven't really felt into it. And I know that's not a great excuse, but I'm kind of at a point right now where I'm like just trying to lean into what my mind and body will naturally allow me to lean into, just so I can get things done at this point. I had about 50 milligrams of C4. I'm gonna have another 25, so we'll call that 75. Yesterday, I think I had 100 total. So we'll call that 75 or so. And then, and then if I need a little bit during lunch, I'll have more. It's Tuesday, which means it's non-restful lunch day because the gardeners for the neighbors come right during my lunch break. So unless they get here early or finish early, which is very unlikely, I'm gonna be getting, noise blasted, but it's okay. Their yard looks beautiful, and alright guys, this is Fitness Week Day 7.4, or Week 7.4, week 7, Day 4.